So, Dirk, what you got going on? You said you're excited for Shadowlands.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is I'm kind of excited for Shadowlands, and unfortunately, I did a very very bad thing.
You
Um,
deleted your account.
No,
no,
he said bad thing.
yeah,
Oh.
very bad thing. The bad thing was, um, so at Trevor's school or my kids' school, they had a book fair, and so um, got books and everything, and then they had the Scholastic book club thing that for um, Leighton's classroom. And so we've been on sort of a book buying binge in order to make sure that the kids got books to read and
Nice.
everything. And they've been interested in reading to Penny, which has been really neat.
Hmm.
And so with Leighton's class, it was the Scholastic Book Club, and so you could get like bundles. And in one of these bundles was Minecraft. Like you get a Minecraft book. And so I got it and everything, and I started looking over. I'm like, oh, that's really that's cool. That's really cool information and everything. And then as I'm going through and I'm reading and everything, I'm talking to Chelsea about it and we're in everything. And unfortunately, when you start talking about Minecraft and everything, we both who have not played Minecraft in about 3 or 4 months, both of us were like, I'm 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 feeling like I just want to just dabble a little bit in Minecraft and everything.
Oh Lord.
Oh, if weren't for Shadowlands coming out, I would probably be neck deep in building stuff in Minecraft.
I have never let myself play Minecraft. Not for
Don't do
1
it.
minute.
Oh God!
What just happened?
I think he just
I
played
just
Minecraft.
died.
He played Minecraft, and
God.
it's all downhill from
Did
here.
Chelsea just do something to you, Dirk?
She was right beside my head and said that, and I didn't see her. And
Oh,
I
so it was
just
Chelsea.
died. She said, "I'm like, oh my God!"
What did she
You
said?
just heard with me about poop a brick right here and about come about 5 inches out of my seat.
Well,
Felt like a spider landed on your face or something.
right.
I almost did. Oh my God!
Well, Chelsea's going to bed happy tonight. She's like,
No, I'm not okay.
well, that's 2020 in a nutshell, right there.
I'm pretty sure if this had been streaming like video and everything, I'm pretty sure we would have just won $10,000 on AFV. Oh
Is
my
that still a
gosh!
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
it's basically equivalent to sitting around watching YouTube.
I
I mean, it always was.
I enjoyed it as a kid, and I think somewhere along the line I realized just how many of them are probably fake, and or like
The same.
so juvenile that even like 12-year-old me is like, I feel like I've seen some version of this about 100 times.
Look, dude's getting hit in the balls. Yay!
well, that was what was fun about Tom Bergeron when he was running it was like people being hit in the face by a door. 35 of these in 30 seconds, and they just play one right after the other, and you just go, yep, yep, yep. Oh, that was a good one. Yep, 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 yep. That way you've run through all of them.
No muss, no fuss.
um, but yes, the in terms of Minecraft, Chelsea's kind of got back into playing a little bit, and if it weren't for Shadowlands, I would probably be playing it a lot. Um, so yeah, that's sort of my thing. I'm eagerly awaiting the Thanksgiving break because I I need a couple days off from school in terms of grading stuff, and the end of the semester is just going to be it's going to be a big dumpster fire, and I'm not looking forward to the next semester. Not because I don't want to teach the classes, because my physics classes are next semester, and I love teaching physics. It's we're going to be Plan B, which is half online, and then we will have students in the classroom. So we're going to be sort of teaching to two different audiences during all this, with rotating cohorts of students and everything. And it sounds like a gigantic logistics nightmare.
Because it
Where
is.
Yeah, Clues has been doing that for a while now. It is. I get to hear him complain about it.
Yeah, we haven't officially gotten there yet. We're gonna start that next semester, and we as a department are thinking this the people who have first block planning, they're like, yeah, I'm just not going to get a planning, because they're going to have to check in people, they're going to have to escort them, like make sure they get into their rooms and everything. We're going to have the kids in our rooms when we're eating lunch. It's I asked this week when we had our department meeting, is what so I'm a traveling teacher. I don't have a room. I go and commandeer a teacher's room to teach my class. And my question was, so what exactly happens to you guys? And so they're like, if you're not helping someone, where exactly are you guys going in all of this? And so that's just one of those things. And I'm going to be traveling from one room to another, telling the kids, wash your hands, make sure you wipe down the desks and everything before you guys leave. And the teacher, as the room I'm leaving, is probably hoping, oh, please let him have, wipe these desks down so I don't have to do it before my kids come in. And it just seems like a nightmare that's about to happen. And I'm not looking forward to it.
So, hey, Dirk,
Yep.
without mentioning the name of the school or the name of the teacher that our kids have in common this year, our oldest kids, but was your kid on the Zoom call, the class Zoom call on Wednesday? There were two sessions of it. One was at 9:30 and one was at 10:30.
I told him to get on Zoom, but I cannot confirm he got on, because I was doing my class stuff. I want to say yes.
Okay, because if he was on at the 9:30, only 2 or 3 minutes into it, the teacher who was hosting the call, apparently their computer wasn't plugged in, so their computer died. So one of the other students became the host by default.
Yes, I remember that now.
All of a
Oh
sudden,
my gosh, I remember that now. Yes.
and all of a sudden 20 kids are like talking over each other, and the teacher was trying to get back into the room, and the student wasn't like letting them have admin privileges or whatever. It was like Lord of the Flies, but on a Zoom call.
I remember that now. Yes.
Yeah. It was both horrifying and glorious at the same time. I was not like looking over her shoulder. I trust her enough, but I was in the room doing my own work, that all of a sudden, like, Sam was like, whoa, and like I hear all of these voices, and so she had to tell me what was going on, and I'm like, oh, do you need to leave and come back? And she's like, I don't think so, but they made it work later when she was able to get back in.
Yes, my son was there for it. He did think it was funny. I had to tell him, I was like, you need to sit down. You need to be doing, listening. And so I was getting on to him about it, but I also was trying to get work done as well. So
yeah. Well, and to be fair, and I told the same thing to Sam, but to be fair, there's like only so much they can do in that situation. I told her, look, no matter what anybody else is saying, you're there to do work or whatever. But highly unusual situation.
That it
Why
was.
why the teacher was doing it without having their laptop plugged in is beyond me. But
I mean,
I
we've
don't
all
know.
been there at some point.
I haven't really had that problem because I set up a document camera on my computer, so sort of like how Chewie has his set up on his computer. If my Zoom call were to go out and everything, my whole computer, it wasn't that like mine would never go out unless like the power went out. That'd be the only thing, or the internet went out. Because if my power went out on my computer or on my Zoom and everything, then my whole rig is gone. So it's not a laptop charging issue for me.
wow, you know he takes it professionally when he calls it a rig.
Rig,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, when I imagine a rig is like, this my computer looks like
What
like
the-
I've got wires everywhere because I got USB, cables so
bad.
that I can plug in my headset, plug in my controller, plug in my external hard drive. So I've got wires all over the place. It almost looks like I've got a Frankenstein thing going on over here with all these wires hanging out. Got my calculator. Got my just the random stuff out on my desk. What I got like 8 pencils slash pens slash highlighters over here on my desk as well.
Holy crap! I've never
Like
seen
I
a
really like it.
pencil
Really,
slash
my
pen slash
desk really
highlighter.
does look like I
I
live here.
know, right? It sounds like the Swiss Army knife of writing utensils.
And he's got 8 of them. Wow.
How does that even
Some
work?
combination of that.
It's like a hydra.
hmm And I've got a dot over here as well. So my thing in the classes, so I just put them into breakout rooms so they can work together. Or I try to get, like you guys can talk to each other. You can work on this work together. You can collaborate. And I'm just thinking in my head, if one of you dummies will just be like, I have the answers. Do you want the answers? You guys can do that because I'm not going to stop you.
But you
Like
can't
I could stop
say
you if
that.
you're doing it. Like I'm doing everything short of, if you guys just want to be like, hey, you do these two, you do these two, you do these two, and you just tell us what you got and we'll just write it down. I'm not going to stop you. I mean, that's really my thought in all this too. And so when they still don't do it. They don't talk at all.
They're there to actually learn, Dirk.
No, they're not. There's a bunch of them there that so what'll happen, I'll send them to breakout rooms and they have to say yes, like go to the breakout room. They have to click a button to go. And so I'll end up with like 2 or 3 people who just don't go to the breakout rooms. And so what I've decided to do is my brilliance this week of, well, I'm just going to play music that I know they're not going to like. So I've played the Marriage of Figaro, O Fortuna. I mean, I'm just playing. Like I was looking for one of the second fugue in D or second fugue in E, or like just music that I'm thinking like opera music and all that. I'm trying to think of music that if they listen to, like, what in the world are you doing? And my response is, go to your breakout room, because if you don't go, you're going to be listening to this with me. So I had one point where I
Either
had like
do your work
5
or get some
people.
culture, you little bastard.
Essentially was my thought, is like, you're either going to go or you're going to sit here and listen to this music. And it was really funny because I had 5 people at one point that didn't go to the breakout rooms, and when I started playing O Fortuna, all of a sudden it went from 5 to me. Like 5
I love O
students who weren't in
Fortuna.
breakout rooms. It had been like a good 30 seconds. I give them 30 seconds to join, then I played O Fortuna. I went from 5 kids that hadn't gone to breakout rooms to none. And it took about 5 seconds for it to happen.
That's really sad because it's like Brian said, I love O Fortuna. It's one of my favorite
Yeah.
pieces of music.
Oh, I love O
I mean,
Fortuna.
I'd be like, oh, Jam, I'm never leaving.
I mean,
This
if
is
they had
some
been
reverse psychology
what
stuff
is
here,
this,
man.
Mr. Trimble? This sounds kind of neat. I'd be like, I probably would have just had a conversation with them and it just shot the breeze with them, to be frankly honest. But like I said, it made me both happy and it was entertaining to see that them just being like, I'll just put this on. He can talk in the background while I go and do stuff. And then the music started playing. And then they went to the breakout room and probably just sat there and did nothing in silence for like 15 minutes.
Meanwhile, once the room is empty, Dirk starts headbanging, going Dies Irae. That's a different piece of music, I know, but still.
Mm-hmm.
We get the point, yeah.
Dies Irae is metal, for classical music.
Yeah, so I'm like trying to think of songs that I'm just, I'm thinking like Calvary, maybe the William Tell Overture the next time, in terms of songs I can play that they'll just be like, they'll just go, I'm just gonna go to the breakout room.
Flight of the Bumblebee on
just go.
repeat. Flight of the Bumblebee on repeat.
Flight of the Bumblebee at 1.5 speed.
God, Flight of the Bumblebee is an annoying song to me. Like, it's not bad. Like, it's not bad to listen to, but after you've listened to it a couple times, like, okay, I'm over this one.
Ooh, and the saber dance. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's also kind of annoying.
And so I have to go back to my classical thunder track and everything.
Wait,
Trying
and
to think of
Phineas,
all the
which
pieces.
no, Verdi, I don't think Verdi did any of the pieces that we've rambled about. Which one are you talking
he does
about?
the seasons.
Yeah, Verdi did the seasons, and that's the thing he's most famous for.
Yep.
Oh,
Look
Fortuna
at those
was
cultured people. We listen
what,
to
Orff?
no. We actually know some classical music.
Oh, Fortuna. Yeah, Karl Orff. Damn, I'm good. From Carmina Burana. And who did Flight of the Bumblebee?
It was a French composer.
Rimsky-Korsakov, yeah. Don't get me started on classical music. I don't know anything about music, but I love me some of the classical music that everybody knows. Like, I love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I told you we watched Fantasia, and then we actually watched Fantasia 2000, which I had never seen before, and was really digging it. And Sam enjoyed the classical music, which was good. She really, really liked Night on Bald Mountain.
Of course she did,
That's a
because
good
it's
piece.
awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, I say playing Kingdom Hearts and everything. I bet when they got that, she got to that part in the movie, she's like, "This is from Kingdom Hearts."
I don't think she made that connection. She was like, "This feels familiar," but
Wait,
she
no,
was.
Vivaldi was the Four Seasons. Well, what the hell did Verdi do?
But she was excited to go to school and tell her music teacher, "Hey, I watched Fantasia and Fantasia 2000." So, yay. And I don't know Valdi. I was also thinking of Vivaldi when you mentioned that earlier.
He did Aida, Rigoletto. Oh, okay. La Traviata? I think I know that one. I can't hum it off the top of my head. Our bad.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay, so I looked up Dies Irae just because when I said that's like the metal of classical music, I thought I was making a joke. Dies Irae is the Day of Wrath. And it describes the at least the Gregorian, one of the most famous sequences of Gregorian chant, Dies Irae, Day of Wrath, describes the last judgment of souls before God, where the saved will go to heaven and the unsaved cast into eternal flames of suffering. That sounds like metal.
That does sound like metal. Dude, Christian rock. Don't mess with it.
I guess. But there are two that I really love. I know one is Mozart. I can't remember who the other one is because Dies Irae is, it's like yesterday for rhythm groups. Everyone covers it. Everyone does their own version.
Gregorian chant is where it essentially started.
Yeah. Said I've got two versions. They're on my damn laptop though, but I've got a Mozart and it's one by someone else, but I can never remember. Anyway, those are pretty good. They're
Holtz did the planets. Those were good.
Oh yeah, I saw that in concert once. I think with Lex and Chewie in Winston.
Really?
Yeah,
like
I
I'd
thought the
remember that.
Winston.
I don't remember going to a symphony, but I also don't remember lots of stuff. So,
What did you have for lunch
Martin.
yesterday?
didn't eat lunch yesterday.
So you don't even remember.
What? No, I do. I remembered I didn't have lunch yesterday.
Well, that's true. You're saving up for car repairs, so.
Yeah, last night for
Solved on
dinner,
that one.
I got some sushi as like a last hurrah to spoil myself before I have to go back to eating Chef Boyardee and like nor rice and pasta.
Mm-hmm.
And then I ate nor rice and pasta for dinner tonight, or I got some teriyaki rice and added some sriracha, or teriyaki noodles rather, and added some sriracha. I was like, that's dinner. Stupid car, stupid expensive ass. I need to check around with some other repair places and see if someone could do it cheaper than the damn dealership. $1,000. Have you lost your damn mind? That's 4 digits, y'all.
Barely. But
Oh,
yes,
it is. I counted. Believe me, I counted.
Just to be safe.
It's like 1,061 and some change, and I'm like, stupid car, stupid. Buy a Toyota. They said they last forever. Eat a dick. Nom nom, delicious penis.
Well, they will last forever, as long as you keep replacing stuff.
Yeah. I was like, people talk smack about American cars, but all the American cars that I've had over the years, nothing that costs that much has ever gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after my Saturn, I bought my first Ford, and somebody at the clerk's office was like, "You bought a Ford?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Don't you know it stands for fix or repair daily?" And I'm like, "Cute, but no, I never heard of that." Every Ford I've owned has actually held up really well.
Well, you see, here in the South, there's this thing between Ford and Chevy for some reason. Like, found on road dead.
About to say that's the one I'm more familiar with.
There's, well, this isn't the podcast. There's also fucked over rebuilt Dodge. So, yeah. I drive a Camry. Yeah. Also, lucky me, I looked up the part, when after she told me and walked away. I started Googling the part, and apparently the clock spring spiral cable was really cheap, like $30 or $40 up until like 2011 or 12, and then suddenly it became like a $500, $600, $700 part, and I went, ugh.
Why the change?
Because it made it do more things.
Oh, it also makes julienne fries. I gotcha.
Yep. It's a floor wax. It's a dessert topping. It controls your airbags.
Well, do you really need airbags?
Well,
I mean-
apparently it also turns things on and off on the steering wheel and the turn signals and.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's nice. I mean, I've only needed an airbag once in my life, and I didn't need mine, but Mom needed hers. I was able to brace, and so the airbag just sort of burned me, but Mom actually bounced off of hers because she was just looking out the window when that car appeared sideways in front of me.
I have been in a couple accidents mostly rear-ended. Something about my rear, and people are just like, yeah.
Ooh,
But
gotta get me a piece of that. Hey.
but I have been in 2 accidents where the airbag's deployed, and it punches you in the face, like literally like nosebleed, at least for me. But it's really hard to say what would have happened if I didn't have them. So
I've never
Yeah.
had an airbag deploy with the accidents I've been in.
Turk's like, man, I've had lots. Wait, what?
I've had a couple. There's been a couple where I got my car got totaled in one accident. Airbag never deployed. That was the Cobalt.
Hmm.
So yeah, I, I, in terms of the spring, I mean, not doing me any good in terms of my cars.
well, gentlemen, it's about
Where?
10:30. Well, right here. Um, it's been actually really nice to talk to you guys. Chewie and I were talking earlier. It's like, does he even want to do this today? Because I'd had kind of a long day. I'm like, you know what? I want to talk to people I enjoy talking to. And he's like, should we find some? And I'm like, nah, you guys are fine. So this has been nice. I think I'm going to head out. I don't have any final thoughts because we're not doing this, but I will be happy to report back later how any experience that I have with Commander Legends goes. So hopefully everybody continues to stay safe, continues to stay healthy, and continues to stay sane. And for everyone in the Americas, I hope that everyone is able to enjoy safely and healthily the upcoming holiday season. You know, that time in November when we set aside a day to thank each other for what's really important. Chewie's birthday. So just remember
Damn
that.
right.
Yeah. And then that other thing next Thursday. So everybody take care, okay?
All right,
All
night,
right, have a
B.
good night.
I got it.
Well, I would say that I would do my final thought, but I sort of echo Brian in that this has been just a giant final thought. So,
Well, yeah.
um, I do hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving and everything. And as we have definitely pointed out quite a bit, is just do be safe. We originally my in-laws were thinking, we'd like to have, just family and everything come over, and they were divvying up all the stuff in Chelsea earlier. I think this weekend was like, we're not coming. And then she said, Dirk said so. And then just like she absolutely threw me under the bus. And my response was, dang right, we're not going. So, but her response is, I needed someone to throw the blame on, and you were it. And I'm just going, yeah, you got more than welcome to throw the blame on me, because honest truth is, I don't want to go. It's not that I don't want to see my in-laws. I love my in-laws, but at the same time, I don't want to potentially, be at a super spreader event. I would rather do anything than that. And if that meant staying at home with just us and our family, just the 5 of us in the house, and we just make a whole bunch of food and we just eat off of that for 2 days, I'm totally fine with that. I don't want to go and potentially hurt somebody. I'd be responsible for doing that. So,
Yep.
that's, I guess, sort of my final thought on all this is, you guys be safe. I'm not going out to do the traditional Thanksgiving because I don't want any of my family to get hurt. And I definitely hope that everyone is has plans or something in order to be safe during this time. And with
Mom,
that, I'm gonna head on out.
Mom mentioned that she might have to stay in Virginia through Thanksgiving because Mom is up there getting Nana's house taken care of and all of her crap. Mom's words, not mine. All of Nana's crap. And when the old man said, yeah, your mom said she might stay through Thanksgiving, and I went, because I was so afraid she'd be like, yeah, I'll come to Thanksgiving with you. So I called her, and she's like, what? No. I said, what? She said, I've already turned down 2 family members who invited me to have Thanksgiving with them. I'm not doing any of that. I'm going to get me something to eat and stay here if I have to do it. And I went,
Thank you, Mom, for having some common sense.
yeah. Because I was really afraid. Like, family members have been in and out, and she put a sign on the door that says, wear a mask to come in. But every time that I talk to Mom and I hear her talking on the phone, she's not wearing a mask. And I hear people in the background, and they're not wearing masks. And I'm like, and she said at one point, I was like, you're not wearing a mask? She said, no, we're not wearing them in the house. I was like, in the house is where you're supposed to wear them. And she goes, all right, calm down. And so I've been terrified that, like, mom's idiot family is gonna get her sick and she's gonna die, and then I'm gonna have to go up there and murder every single one of them. But thus far, no one appears to have caused any problems. But Jesus. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that in at the end of your thing there, because I was terrified of it.
Welcome to. All right, so you guys all have a wonderful night and be safe.
Night, Dirk. So how's your new internet, Mike?
Seems fine. It's great for work. I don't know how well. I mean, my old laptop is benefiting from it, but it's still an old laptop and it still has some trouble in other ways. So it's not ideal. Eventually, I'm gonna need to get this replaced. But it's good.
Get you a Chromebook. Don't get you a Chromebook.
No, I won't.
I don't even know if that's still a thing.
It probably is.
It probably is.
I want to get something with better sound than the one I have now, so it'll be better for listening to music. Because like the laptop I had before this one was like specifically made for being good for listening to music and watching movies and stuff. And this one is just kind of, standard. And I could tell the difference like the day I started using this one after decommissioning my previous laptop. When I went to listen to something, I was like, oh. So it'd be nice to have something a little nicer.
Just every time you go, damn.
Yeah. I mean, now it's been long enough that I don't have any clear memory of the actual difference, but I just remember immediately noticing the difference.
Oh, hey, I found out a couple days ago that Amanda caught the Rona.
Oh, no.
That's what I said. She followed it up with, I'm fine, don't freak out. And I was like, I mean, I didn't tell her this, but I was like, I'm not gonna. Because I've been waiting to get a text from her that says, I got COVID for months. Because, she's not been super careful.
Yeah.
Like, once things opened back up, she just was, all right, let's go. Put on a mask and we'll be fine. And I'm like, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. And then the one time that I've had any face-to-face with her, well, 2 times, I guess. Once was when I took something over to her apartment and then did something to her laptop that she had accidentally screwed up. But I wore my mask the whole time. And then the other time was when we went out to the park to walk. So like, it's outdoors, and the park was slammed. I was like, what the fuck are all these people doing here? This is weird. And I got there first and had my little mask on. And then she gets out and goes, all right, let's go. And I'm like, where's your mask? She's like, it's in the car. I'm like, go fucking get it. She's like, not to walk around the park. And I went, okay. And then I realized that I was literally the only person I saw with a mask.
Uh-huh.
And there were a shitload of people at the park, Mike.
Gosh.
And I, walked around away from everyone as much as I could, and then I left, and that was, I don't know, a month or two ago now, so I don't have to worry about, oh no, did Amanda give me to Rona? But no, she didn't, because I haven't seen her. But, like, it's a shame to say that this wasn't a surprise when she told me. And that makes me sad. But it wasn't. And then the old man told me, he's like, yeah, my buddy Earl's friend Sandra got it. I was like, when's the last time you saw Earl? He said, oh, before your mother left. So it's been, let's see, your mother's been gone for 3 weeks on Tuesday, so probably a month. I went, good.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was talking to Mom later, she was like, yeah, if Earl comes by, just don't let him in and wear a mask to talk to him and just send him home. I was like, you tell him, Mom. It's ridiculous. But it's okay. Someday, we will have people in charge that can, not do something other than put their fingers in their ears and go, la, 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 it's gone.
Yeah.
Someday. Maybe. Anyway, I guess we should probably stop this here streamy thing, huh?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Well, since you're clearly only kind of with it, and the other two dorks left already. It's a good thing this isn't a video stream of anything that needs to be seen, because I started uploading the pack opening video. I've been dropping frames like a boss. But because it's a still image, nobody notices. Yes! All streams will be still images from now on, so I can get work done while I stream. So yeah, tomorrow night is theoretically Among Us. I didn't do one last week because it became stressful to try to find 10 people every week, but I figure for my birthday we might as well. And then Saturday will be 80s movies, or 80s toy line movies, rather. That'll be fun. And then Sunday, I'm thinking another, Hades all day stream. I finally beat Hades, Mike. I had a successful run.
Oh, cool.
It was my 16th run. Apparently, that's super early.
Yeah, that feels like for a game like that. Just intuitively, that feels like that's really good.
People in chat at the time were like, because I didn't know how many runs it was, but right after I won, I was in a good mood, so I installed a scrying pool in my room, which is a thing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And it said number of escape attempts 16, and I went, that was my 16th run, and chat was like, holy crap. Because someone in chat was like, wow, it took me 20 some, and I've heard a couple people say 30. I was like, oh, am I not bad at this game? And then I proceeded to get all the way to Hades and lose on 17, 18, and 19.
Yeah.
One of those I might not actually have made it to Hades. So, damn it. But I think I said this before, but there's so much to do in this damn game, but it spoon feeds it to you like a little bit at a time. So you don't get overwhelmed. And by the time you do get overwhelmed, you're already sucked in, so you're not overwhelmed, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
So first I was collecting darkness. That's what you use to upgrade yourself, permanently. And keys, that's how you unlock new weapons and then later new talents that you can then put darkness into. And then for each first boss to beat, I got a piece of Titan's blood, which is to upgrade your weapons permanently or something. And that was it. Like, you collect money, but that's to use on the individual runs. You don't keep your money, That's to shop at Charon's shop. And you're collecting boons and like extra heart, extra life and stuff, but that's all just for each individual run. And that was it. I was like, oh, that's cool. And now at this point I'm collecting the darkness, the keys, Titan's blood, nectar, ambrosia, diamonds, gemstones, fish. I can go fishing at some points, and you get a fish, you take it to the chef. I'm missing one. I'm almost certain there's something else. But now it's not coming to me. And also, and once you beat the run with a weapon, you have a whole nother thing, the Pact of Punishment, because Hades is pissed you made it out once. So you can add, in order to get more of that stuff, the Titan's Bloods and Ambrosias and stuff, you can add difficulty modifiers. And every time you beat a run with the difficulty modifier on like an individual weapon, in order to get rewards again, you have to add more difficulty modifiers.
Okay.
So like there's a heat gauge, and like I said, I've beaten it once with shield, and I went yay, and then now there's a Pact of Punishment. What the hell is this? And in order to get more like the bounties, they're called, from each boss, you have to fill up your heat gauge. Well, my heat gauge currently has a capacity of 1, so any of the easy difficulty modifiers I can put on the shield, and now I can get more stuff. But if I do that and win, the next time it'll have a heat gauge of 2 probably, and I'll have to add 2 difficulty modifiers. And if I beat it with that, it'll go up again. And it's a way to keep ramping up the difficulty and keep letting you get stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck is all of this? And the diamonds and gemstones are used to unlock like cosmetic stuff in the hub, and also extra bonuses. So like whenever you get gemstones, you also get some money or something like that. I don't know. And the nectar, you give the nectar to each character, and they'll give you a keepsake. And those keepsakes you level up by having them equipped one at a time while you're playing, like by clearing individual rooms. So it's like, clear 25 encounters with this equipped to level it up. And each one has 3 levels. And then once you've given one to everybody and gotten their keepsake, you can keep giving nectar to people. And eventually, from what I understand, once you give them 5 or 6 or something, you'll form a close bond with them. And then I think you can do something with the ambrosia. I still don't know what the fucking ambrosia's for. I've got like 6 of the damn things. I'm like, okay, I'll just hold on to these until I figure it out then. And in the description, it says something like, for forming a close bond, or for people you have a close bond with. And I went, aha, I bet once I max out my relationship with someone by getting the nectar, then the ambrosia comes into play for some reason. I don't fucking know. It's just so much. But at this point, like, it's awesome because all of this I'm just taking in stride because it only gives you 1 at a time. Or 2 at a time, maybe. And that's really cool. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's way deeper than like other rogue, like the Rogue Legacy. There is no deeper. Like you find journal entries, and you might find the weird, like super difficult Tron version of the boss, and that's it. Otherwise, you just beat the game and get a new game plus, and then it gets harder. And then if you beat that, you get new game plus, and it gets harder. And it just keeps going like that. And Dead Cells, I haven't played enough Dead Cells yet, but I'm sure that's probably something similar. I need to go back to that, but I really like Hades more. Like, so I'm like, all right, what do I want to stream? Fuck it, we're streaming Hades. Yay, let's go, because it's so good. One of these days, I will actually beat Hades again. That bastard. I was very proud of me. It turns out, spoilers for anyone who didn't want to know, it turns out that Hades is the first of the 2-stage bosses. So you kill him, and he goes, rah, and now he's back with a full health bar again. And the first time that I saw that was the first time that I beat him. And it wasn't even close. I was like, you're a bitch, and I kicked his ass. And then the second time, he just killed me as soon as he got in the second form, because there's a thing he does that I found really easy to dodge the first time I did it. And then the second time I forgot all about it, and I stood in it for like a second and a half, and I was dead. And I went, fuck! And, and then I think the next time he beat me, I didn't even get to a second form. I was like, damn it, Hades. I can't wait until like Sam gets old enough and wants to leave and has to beat her father in single combat in order to be able to leave. And after a few tries of learning his attack patterns, I bet she'll get him. But anyway, right, well, we were going to stop and then I went off on Hades. I'm sorry.
Right.
So, yeah, sorry we didn't do an episode this week, but not really. Sorry. Not really. But I hope that you all have a fabulous evening. Enjoy my birthday, because all of this week is just my birthday, I've decided. It's my 40th birthday, so fuck it. I'm taking up all, like, 4 days. Right, Mike?
Yeah, I just completely blanked that this was number 40 this year for you.
I mean, I did too until just a couple weeks ago. I went, wait, it's 2020. Oh shit, I turned 40 this year. What? And then I forgot again until just like a week ago when I realized that it was on Saturday. I went, holy crap. Night, Magnor. And thanks everyone, like I said, for coming to hang out for our not podcast. But by the time we would have gotten started, I was like, it's too late to try to do a show. Screw it. We'll just shoot the breeze. Because I don't know how long like Dirk and Brian have been gone, but it's been a while now. And I don't know if we would have gotten through the topic in a satisfactory way. So, we'll do it sometime.
Yeah.
To be honest, I hadn't even looked at anything yet. Until I sat down and got on the call with Dirk and I opened up a bunch of stuff and I'm like, let me read this real quick. I didn't know any of this. Oh, Jesus, this is going to be bad. But anyway, yeah, so everyone have a good night. We appreciate you coming to hang out. And yeah, tomorrow night should be Among Us if we can get a full group, which I think we will. I hope. I don't know. And then Saturday, watch party. And then I'm thinking, like I said, Sunday it'll just be more Hades because I can sit here and play that game for hours. And I have every single time I've streamed it. So yay. So have a good night, everybody. And yeah, thanks for coming to hang out with us.